Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's episode of Matt and Rob Talk About F1. As always, I'm Rob, and with me today is...
Matt. Always.
Still Matt. Always Matt. How you doing, Matt?
All good, you know. Had Formula 1. Was good. No rain, so not as good as I was hoping for. But still a race, so, you know, can't complain.
Exactly. And it was in Germany. It was the große Preis der Eifel.
Yeah, but there was no rain, so was it Germany really? I'm not sure.
I've been
expectations now for Germany, you know. Now I have expectations, really high expectations, and I don't know, you know.
Yeah. I would like to formally apologize on behalf of all the Germans, that we totally disappointed with the weather. That there was no rain.
Well, on Friday, you definitely didn't disappoint. It was perfect.
I know, we were there, right?
Perfect.
And Friday was great. Saturday, not so much. And Sunday, there's some onboard cameras that are incredible, where you can see them coming down. I don't know what part it is. I think one of the straights. And then in the background, there's the biggest, darkest cloud, and you can see the rain pouring out of it. But it's just it's not
on the
there.
track. No, it will not go on the track. You gave it all on Friday, you couldn't even drive on Friday.
Exactly. We gave it too much on Friday, and then there was nothing left for Sunday or Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, you tried. That's all good.
I'm sorry, Matt. One race, hopefully, of the next coming ones will give you. I mean,
it's going to be tricky because we're going to go in not very wet places. You know, going slow.
Yeah, but that would be even better. The least expected, you know what I mean?
If it rains in Bahrain or something, that would be crazy. That rain in Bahrain.
That would be nuts. I'd love to see that, yeah. Shall we start? I'm actually just pulling up the schedule because we're talking about rain. So we had Germany and then Portugal is next,
Portugal, right? Yes. And then it's Italy again.
Back to Italy. I mean, it can rain in Italy. Can't it?
It can, yeah, for sure. Even in Portugal, I mean.
Yeah, I think they have rain sometimes. And
I think
Turkey.
we have two chances really. Maybe Turkey, I don't know, maybe it could rain too. But then after that, we have 3 Grand Prix max to get rain. And then after that, it's over, really.
Yeah. Bahrain twice and then Abu Dhabi.
I mean, unlikely. The statistics are not very good, so.
No, they aren't.
I mean, you know, let's hope.
Exactly. Here's always hoping. Let's talk about this week's race and qualifying. Before actually the qualifying even kicked off, we had another great surprise for all the German fans.
Yes.
He was back.
Hulkenbach.
Hulkenbach. Yeah, did you see the sign? It was amazing. I just thought. I mean, they must have come up with that sign pretty quickly, unless they somehow knew about the whole thing. I don't know, but yeah, that side was incredible. Hulkenbach. He was replacing Lance Stroll, who wasn't feeling very well. Actually,
not Corona, but
no, it wasn't Corona, was it? So
no, it was tested 3 times, I think, and nothing. So
okay, yeah, nothing like that. And replaced him on
it was Saturday. Yeah, it was Saturday morning. Yeah.
On Saturday morning. Well, as you do, you know, apparently he was having a coffee with a friend somewhere in a cafe in
Cologne.
Was it Cologne?
Cologne or whatever, I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's Cologne. Yeah, he was in Cologne.
Well, interesting. I mean, you know, this guy is having the weirdest weekends ever, and also the team didn't have any data from Friday because there was no free practice because of the weather, and then just straight in the car. Oh no, wait. He didn't get any FP3.
He didn't even get FP3.
He was called after.
Yeah. He didn't make it to FP3.
Lance, are you feeling good to drive? Oh, not really. Okay. We'll see after it if you can still do the quali. It's no, well, we'll call Nico last second. You know.
Yeah, they didn't even talk to him we might, get you in or anything
crazy.
Like that.
It's crazy. Just maybe call him. Get ready, come here.
Yeah. Come on. No. Jump in your Porsche, I think it was. I saw something on social media that he was driving up with a little Porsche or something. Very cool, very fast. He got there.
We'll wait until the last second to call you.
Exactly. And then
With
get in
no
there.
preparation at all.
Nope.
They'll just get in the car and go qualify.
They didn't even have time to. I think they did it in the race. They didn't have time to change the name on the car.
Oh,
There's
his
like a little
helmet was
sticker
his
on the
Renault
inside.
helmet.
Yeah, exactly.
They painted one for the last time he went on with them, and he didn't even get time to grab it.
Nope. He had it's true. He had a Renault helmet. I was wondering if it was a Renault helmet, but it looked like
it was
for sure.
With some stickers for the BWT sponsors.
Yeah. hey, it works. You know.
You gotta do what you gotta do. You know.
Yeah. Unfortunately, not the qualifying. It's hilarious to see. I was watching the Sky coverage again after the German coverage, which was terrible. Anyway, this watching the Sky coverage, and they were like really hoping for him to Q2, probably maybe even Q3. That would be amazing. Not quite.
I mean, you can't expect too much. I mean, he's not a superhero. So still going out there and being not that insanely far from others that had practice. It's still decent.
Exactly. Yeah. And then I happened not only practice but also happened driving the whole season.
He had 3 laps really. That's the only laps he did. Was the laps in quali. That's it.
Yeah.
He didn't even drive the car before. It was like just you have to discover the track and also put a qualifying lap at the same time. Like it's
exactly. Yeah.
And the track was super cold. You don't know where the grip is. It's insane. So
yeah, a lot of people were having issues with tire temperatures and finger temperatures. I think was it Norris that complained or something that his hands were getting too cold, which I thought was funny. So he only managed P20, but he was like 4 or 5/10 off of Q2, I think.
I think he was barely 5/10, a bit under.
Yeah.
So still very good.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Very, very good. And for anyone to come in and jump into an F1 car, even for a former driver who's been doing it, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And for him to get a couple of laps together like that was pretty good. What did you think of the qualifying overall?
Well, the only thing I've noted was Giovinazzi did a good job. First time out of Q1. It was in 14th, I think, in Q2, so decent for him.
Mm-hmm.
Vettel, sadly, oh man, Vettel, such a struggle to. It's a bit like Albon, but Albon is it's even worse for Albon to be a supporter. But anyway, out in Q2 again for Vettel. Bottas, surprisingly P1. I was saying Hamilton is going to come back like a monster and destroy everyone. Didn't happen, at least in qualifying. And then Leclerc P4. I mean, this guy, just smashing this Ferrari, driving the neck of this Ferrari. Anyway, and then Albon P5, this Leclerc split the Red Bull, which shouldn't happen. That's, it's getting worse and worse for Albon's case. I don't know how to, it just.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because it's Albon isn't. It's kind of an okay performance, but compared to then Leclerc and Verstappen, and especially where Verstappen was in Q2, I think, and Q1, where he was super almost on top of the Mercedes in terms of performance. Albon was kind of just nowhere.
I mean,
so I was kind of hoping
it's on par with his performance for the. I think on average is 4 or 5/10 of Verstappen. So he was on par with what he already did, but I mean, getting this year. You shouldn't be anywhere behind the Ferrari if you're in a Red Bull or Mercedes. And I mean, that's one thing extra on top of all the stuff that happened. And I mean, it's not going to get any better for him on Sunday. So, that was pretty much it for what I got from Quali. Did you get anything else?
No, I don't think so. I think, it was great to see Bottas taking the pole. Leclerc 4th, which was just mental. The difference between Leclerc and Vettel seems to be getting bigger and bigger.
Insane.
At least
is
on
it
this
the same
track
team? I don't even know.
Is it the same car? I mean, we've been speculating that it's not, but I don't know. I can't,
Especially in Germany, that's tough. In Germany, home race.
Yeah.
That's.
And Vettel just had nothing to give, and he was out in Q2. 11th, but he was also quite a bit. He was 4/10 behind Sainz, I think, which is just
not good.
That's not great when your teammate is performing very well in a car that obviously we know it's not great, but should have been better. I think that was it. I thought Renault was quite
Yeah,
But,
Renault, very good. Yeah,
pretty strong. Yeah, with 6th and 7th.
better of the rest.
Ricciardo
for
looking
sure.
quite good. Yeah. Best of the rest, I guess. Yeah, cool. Shall we just go straight into our race, or do you have
Let's do
anything
it, let's do
before
it,
the
yeah.
race?
Well,
Yeah.
you want to do the predictions for the? I think we have
I
to just
completely forgot
resume
our
the
predictions.
predictions. I think we both said the same thing for qualifying. We said Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas.
Bottas. Yeah, we did.
Well,
because we were expecting Hamilton to be back
For
on top.
Well, Bottas proved us wrong, Like he just came and switched the thing. I mean, good for him,
No, definitely. Yeah, 100%. But we kind of expected Verstappen to do well, which he did, except the last bit of Q3 where he couldn't quite get it together, or I had some issues with the tires already. That would have been really nice to see him just P2.
He looked like he could do something. Like just in Q1 and he looked like something could be done, but just didn't. I mean, Mercedes always has this extra little thing for quality.
Yeah, beating Mercedes power. Yeah, exactly.
Tricky.
And then I had Vettel in 10th and Leclerc in 13th.
Yeah, and I said
you had
Leclerc 12th and Vettel 15th. I mean, this is
Ferrari. Okay. What can we say?
Leclerc destroyed our, he destroyed our predictions,
Our predictions and his teammate, by the looks of it.
Oh, but I destroyed everything.
Yeah, exactly. And the car. No, he didn't. He didn't destroy it.
No.
Right, going on to
the race.
Race predictions?
Yes, let's do it. Yeah, for sure.
Do we have the same? No, not quite. I had Hamilton, Verstappen, Sainz.
I have it right. How did I get
it right?
But
you have it right. You have it correct.
That is
100%
crazy.
correct. That
never happened to me.
No.
Wow. I'm amazed. I didn't even know. I forgot that I said that. That's insane.
Yeah, Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo. There you go. You smashed it. That's so good.
Perfect.
Maybe you should do a shoey as well, as the Australians call it.
Yeah, maybe not, but
maybe not. Yeah. I only got slippers on. It wouldn't work very well.
Yeah, I don't have shoes, so that's not good.
Okay. But you should do a socky. Is that a thing?
That's
I think
interesting.
I think it's more a Bear Grylls sort of survival
that
technique.
Would be tricky to do, but
anything else.
Have to be very fast.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, Ferrari predictions. I had Vettel in 6th and Leclerc in 9th. Nope.
Same points. Some points for Vettel. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I misspelled that. Some points for Vettel, you said.
Yes.
And Leclerc DNF.
I mean, Leclerc DNF, that was a bit harsh, but I mean, he did okay, I guess. He was fighting well, for the first few laps, and then the car just, is not there, so you can't expect much more.
No. Yeah, that was actually quite going into the race. It was actually quite interesting for me to see whether he can stay where he was.
And no points for Vettel, which is insane because there was how many DNFs?
Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Yeah, P11 for Vettel. Oh man,
that's insane.
Behind Giovinazzi, is that right?
I think so.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah,
and behind Haas, I mean that's Grosjean even got points.
Grosjean in the Haas. Oh man. And Hulkenberg, who literally came in the day before without any testing. Yeah, from last, exactly.
From last to 8th.
From last to 8th, in front of Vettel. Man.
I mean, the new German star is definitely, we know his name, right?
Yeah, exactly. I really enjoyed Hulkenberg there and Hulkenberg's drive. And there's a nice video that we can link to.
It's insane that he doesn't have a seat.
Yeah, right? This, again,
insane.
Confirms it. He needs to have a seat in F1. What are they doing?
I mean, to be fair, a team that would have Perez and Hulkenberg again, like they were paired before, would be a super strong team. Even Racing Point would have gained a lot by keeping them both. It's cool to have Vettel. I love Vettel. Yeah. I'm happy for him to be there, but it's still weird because it would have been a super strong pairing and probably cheaper than having Vettel there.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Even more because Perez brings an insane amount of money.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of all do to that. But I think on that news, actually, I saw that Vettel bought stock in Aston Martin after it was announced that he was driving for them. So I assume he's hoping they're going to do well.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah. It's not only putting his faith, but also his money into the team. Well, I don't know if it's the team or if it's the mother. I just read it briefly. So yeah.
But yeah, it's good to see him for sure. And still he's showing that he definitely deserves a seat somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean,
100%.
he definitely would be, I mean, I was like along the weekend, as the weekend was going, I was thinking more and more. Like, I mean, it's a crazy move. I know it. But Hülkenberg with Verstappen could be the perfect replacement for Ricciardo. Like a guy that can actually fight with Verstappen. Like experience, very fast, confident. You know,
German.
like apparently young guys can't really get the pressure and everything. I don't think he would be like having any pressure or anything. Especially when he's good. I mean, he's showing that he's very strong. And
oh yeah, absolutely. If there's
and
anyone
he deserves
who can
he deserves a good seat. I mean, I would be sad to see him in like Haas or something, like doing nothing.
Yeah, Haas or Williams just dawdling around.
It would be a waste of his talent for sure. So.
Oh, 100%. And I think if there's anyone that shows that he can handle pressure and like sort of the last minute, just jumping in there, like 100%.
And performing and like delivering like in the last minute call.
Yeah.
That's very valuable. I think Red Bull would definitely use that. Again, love Albon, great guy, but tricky times, man.
Not the best sort of racing driver. I
mean, let's go down the race so we can move on.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of things that we can sort of jump in or not.
Let's start with the start, I guess.
Yeah, let's start with the start. Very cold start. People were saying.
Very cold start too.
Yeah, no, as in like people were complaining about their tires.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It wasn't actually that cold. It was like 9 degrees. It was like
I mean, it's still cold.
Like, what?
Especially for tires. Tires are very chilly.
Yeah, I didn't realize that they were saying in the commentary that I think the front are 100 degrees and the rears are like 80 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, something like that.
When they come out of the blankets, which is like perfect operating temperature for them, which is I didn't realize it was that hot.
Yeah, it's very hot.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then they cool obviously down super quickly when it's 8 degrees, 100%.
Yes.
The track temperature was not that much higher either, I think.
I think it was 16, something like that, or 14.
Oh, 16?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, yeah, exactly, cool. Yeah.
But not optimal. And then like everyone missed the first corner.
Yeah.
Almost.
It looked quite cool.
Hamilton had a great start, and I thought he got him. But I think just the layout of the track didn't. I mean, you had the inside, but then straight away got the outside. So with cold tires, you can't hang on the outside as good. So
no, exactly. Yeah, I thought he had him as well, like right from the start, but then Bottas actually got it back, and kept the hold of the lead for quite a while.
And Leclerc the same thing. Actually, they were both in the same situation. But as soon as you get on the outside, the second turn, you don't have enough grip and heat to stay on the outside. So. Yeah. So after like a few laps after, Ricciardo and stuff got the grip and could overtake from the outside. Even Lewis did the same thing after, but you had to wait for heat and the tires to be at the right temperature. So, still a great start, clean start. That's what we like.
Yeah, nice clean start. It was very close, like a couple of occasions. Like some people just
especially with the tires as cold as that.
Yeah.
Insane to be clean start like that, like insane.
Yeah. It was a good amount of lockups though, like good amount of people that they're sort of flat spotted. I think Albon was one of the first, right? Was it lap 1 already where he flat spotted his tire?
Yeah. I think the first corner or something like that. I think it was it was the first corner or something.
Yeah, and then that meant like 5-6 laps in, like he really couldn't drive properly enough because of the vibrations especially on that track.
I mean, it's
so
like
crazy.
You first turn, huge mistake. It's tricky.
Yeah.
And then the interesting one was Hülkenberg, like didn't have any clue how the car was going to behave in turn 1. It's like, just launch the car super hard, go 300 and then brake. Just figure it out. You have 3 laps of experience in the car and the track. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Right.
Exactly.
You just have to brake and turn. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
He didn't crash, so he did good. He kept his his race clean. Got a clean race out. So very impressive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Like it's just.
But yeah, as you said,
man is impressive.
No grip turn 1, and then Ricciardo overtaking Leclerc. I think it was just a few laps after, maybe like 4th or 5th. So for 4th place. So that was really good. And he needed to
Yeah.
overtake him. Like Leclerc was was good, but he was slow for Ricciardo. So it was very important for Ricciardo to overtake him too.
Yeah, you can see that the gap was building just behind.
Yeah,
like Leclerc was dropping back from the
he
top
was
three.
definitely the cork
And
in
then,
the
like-
bottle. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he was like 16 seconds behind the top three, and then everyone else was like a second or so behind that.
I think when
nicely
Ricciardo
rode
overtook Leclerc, he was 16 seconds behind Verstappen already.
Yeah,
So that's a lot.
yeah, which is like that in a couple of lapses. That is quite a lot. Which is a shame to see that he couldn't keep up that like qualifying pace that he had during the race.
I mean, that would be a miracle though. Like that much improvement in like just a few races, that would be insane. Like,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, just like, not to be mean, but especially for Ferrari. I mean, they've not proven to be, that good in like fast decision, fast,
No.
like changes.
Yeah.
But
But it looks like they're slowly developing a bit, like they're going forwards rather than backwards.
it's going in the right direction for sure.
Yeah. Well, for Charles it is. For Vettel. it's
Yes, for one car, the other is just
Yeah,
going backwards.
Maybe that's they're focusing all their budget. Actually, they didn't. Like from what I heard, they were running almost exactly the same cars. Even though I find that very hard to believe. That
I think it's more like a let's try what we're not sure is gonna work on Vettel, and let's try what we think is definitely gonna work on Leclerc. And it's like, oh, we knew it wasn't gonna work. Sorry, Vettel,
Yeah,
but we had to try it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Vettel's getting any favors in terms of development of the car and stability and
think
certain things that he'd prefer over what. Yeah.
I don't
Charles
think it's any. Yeah, it must be an awkward situation in this red team for sure.
100%. Yeah. And then couple laps after Ricciardo overtook Leclerc, you've got Hamilton overtaking Bottas.
yeah, huge lockup from Bottas.
Yeah, huge. Yeah. Big sort of error there.
I think his tires were grading, but still, like he was a long like lockup, and he was for sure like a flat spot.
Yeah.
And Lewis just got him. Lewis was closing the gap before. Like I think he closed like 4/10 in the lap just before. Maybe the pressure,
and
or
then-
like seeing Lewis closing, maybe also didn't help Bottas.
No.
But
I don't think that
still,
would help anyone.
I mean,
yeah.
it wasn't like a lucky overtake from. I mean, lucky in a way, yes, for Lewis, but it was still a mistake from the guy in front, which is almost often how you overtake really when you're both fast. So
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. Yeah, you're
you
trying to
just
put as
see
much
who-
pressure on as you can, and then once
You
he
know,
makes a mistake,
you
capitalize on
you
that.
gotta- So yeah, I mean, good for Lewis, and you got in front. Bottas had to pit, and then I think a bit after just got a problem too and had to retire the car.
Yeah, I don't actually know what it was. Whether it was like a
I think it was the
Sensor
power. He had no
thing on
power, so
and about just not having any power. He did
Yeah.
make it back to the pits though, right?
yes, yeah.
Yeah, he didn't.
He
Stop
was
there,
just
'cause
super
there was
slow.
actually-
He was just very slow.
Yeah, that was really a shame to see. I don't know if there was already an issue then, like that lap when Hamilton overtook him. I
Wasn't
don't
it the
think
new
so.
power? Wasn't it the new power unit?
Could be.
I know that Norris, which had to retire just after Bottas, had a new power unit installed
Yes.
like Friday because they suspected something wrong.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
exactly,
not
yeah.
good.
No.
And also just before that, actually, we had Kimi hitting like kind of in a very spectacular way Russell, almost like flipped him over, which was
That was weird to see because you don't really see it that often anymore. That like modern F1 cars sort of go upside down.
that was very close. You got lucky
yeah.
there.
He definitely got lucky. I mean, got really unlucky, obviously, because he was in that crash. But also, like, if you see the onboard from Kimi, he does not. It looks like he doesn't care. Like he's like, because you can see that he's getting closer, and then he gets like, I think, a bit of oversteer or something, and corrects. And he just corrects like straight into Russell effectively.
It's like, well, too bad.
Yeah, it's like, what we're gonna do? Never mind.
What I'm gonna?
Yeah. On that note,
I gotta
it was
carry
like,
on, Better
Exactly.
things
Yeah,
to do
we
over here.
gotta keep racing. I've been racing for the longest time now, longer than anyone else. Like,
Yeah.
who cares, right?
Not a kid is gonna stop me there.
Exactly. Oh my god, there was this very incredible. I hope we can link it. Incredible interview with Kimi. I don't think you saw it.
I didn't.
It was just
see
on it was on a Zoom call, with him and Rubens Barrichello, talking about sort of like the length of how long Kimi's been
Oh
in the
yeah,
sport.
they thought they were gonna do this. Oh yeah, they talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Kimi just couldn't care less. He was just like, I don't care. I don't care about. I really don't care. Yeah, I just race. Well, how many
They
races?
are the opposite. Like Barrichello is such like a Brazilian emotional guy, and he is like,
Yeah, exactly.
Racing, yeah, I do it. Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah, right.
What
yeah.
else?
It's
A
my
long
hobby.
time.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, I wake up, I race. That's a. I don't count the years.
No, exactly. It was great to see. Just really, really hilarious interview, and the person interviewing them was just like trying to like get it back and like ask questions.
And there was, I think, an interview. I think he started his career at the Nürburgring, like, well, I don't know how many years ago when he was 19, and there was an interviewer saying like, "Oh, do you think it's the good track for you to start your F1 career?" He was like, "Nah, I don't care. It's just a track, It's just whatever. I don't choose the track." And like,
that was
always
quite a
been
good
like
impression.
that. He always been like that.
Yeah. That was a very good impression. I enjoyed that. Maybe we should, if this doesn't work out, we could try being a Kimi impersonator.
That's a very good niche. I mean, I don't think there's a lot.
Not sure how many gigs you'd get as that.
I don't think you can make a living much more than with this podcast. But I mean,
well,
maybe in Finland there is like a good market there. I need to go.
I assume so. I assume Finland was probably the prime market for you to be in. Right. Continuing with the race. We had a couple of.
But Albon. That's I think the biggest thing that happened really. I mean, he started his misbehaving with Fiat.
Misbehaving.
That was such a weird
it was weird
events, man. It
was
so weird.
Really weird. Yeah.
He was like, he just turns on Fiat weirdly. You passed him so easily. It was like, why turn that fast? I mean, he passed him so easily. You could just go straight.
It's fine. No, just don't
turn him on him. And what happened after? What did he do after? I forgot.
Did he have to come in for a tire? No.
I think he tried to overtake someone else. No, and locked up badly again.
Oh yeah,
he did a lunge in the inside of someone. No.
Yeah. And then I think he locked up again, and then
I think he was Gasly. No, he tried to no. Yes, I think it was Gasly or something like that. I think he tried to like do a crazy move and then locked up, and then had to speed again because he had a flat spot. And then they were like, you know what? You just do that. You just get home. Just stop driving.
Give me that back. Give me that toy back. You get on the naughty step with
you have to behave. That's the only way for you to drive.
Come on. There's an issue with your car. Like
you can't play with your friends, okay?
Exactly.
What are we gonna tell them? Oh, we'll just tell them you have a problem.
Yeah. Like you got some radiator thing. I don't know. Yeah, whatever.
He's not feeling well. He has to come back home.
That felt like a big telling off from Red Bull. I don't think it was, but it felt like that.
It's how almost quickly humiliating.
It was sort of behind each other. Yeah. Behind each other was like, I'm gonna have to retire the car. And he's like, why? I was like, no, we'll tell you later. Don't worry.
We'll talk about it when you go. Oh.
He's
we'll have a nice chat after the race.
Yeah, he was immediately knew you had done something wrong.
Dr. Helmut will be with us.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Not Dr. Helmut, no.
Oh no, please no. I want to stay in the car. I'll just drive around forever until there's no more gas.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a weird thing, and I don't know, man. It was just, I mean, even if it didn't stop him, it was just already so bad looking. I mean, the whole, I don't know. It's very tricky.
From where he was on the grid,
I think they support him and everything, but still, I mean, it's not getting any better.
No.
Like, yeah, sure, he had the podium, which, cool. But it wasn't like a crazy performance to get the podium.
No, it wasn't.
And that was messy. Like, there was mistakes. Turn one, that was already a mistake that, like crushed the strategy. You had to come in no way. Like, you had to just throw the strategy away. And I mean, especially because you started behind Leclerc, and couldn't do anything. Had to pit straight away, so couldn't even get fourth behind Verstappen and try to help with strategy. I mean, I think that's literally what they need him to do, was overtake Leclerc as soon as possible and stay behind Verstappen and try to force the Mercedes to pit. And didn't happen.
No, exactly.
So I mean, he's not even. It's really like Verstappen's team, and even when the commentators speak, it's like, oh, Red Bull is doing a great job and blah blah, good performance from. It's Verstappen's team, really. It's Verstappen's bull or whatever. But it's
Verstappen's bull.
It seems like there's like this driver and there's Albon just doing his own little thing on the side, and he's not helping the team. He's not getting result by himself. So it's like, what is the point? Like, you're not even a Bottas really. Like a Bottas is there to get the podiums when Lewis has a problem, or to help Lewis with strategy or stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he's not even that. So it's not a perfect teammate. It's not a competition to the teammate. It's I love the guy, but it's very frustrating. Like it's, and I'm not sure I want to see Gasly back again in there. Like just the vibe just feels very intense, and he experienced it and wasn't good. So
no, I don't think it'd be good for Gasly.
That's why Hülkenberg I think is maybe the best option, because sure, I mean it's a cliche whatever, but I think the German mentality is maybe could be good in like a Dr. Helmut. Like I mean it's still like a, they're not German, but Austria, Germany, it's close, But what I mean is like, he's I think his experience, I don't think he will feel the pressure as much. And I think he's fast, and I think that would be the best move. Like to have not a young kid come again and have so much pressure and want to prove him. So, I think Nico would be like, cool, I was fired from before and I wasn't even in F1, so let's do it.
Yeah, I'll drive with those guys. I'd love to see that 100%.
I think that would be a great move. I think that would be a steal for Red Bull. That would be the best thing they could do. I mean, honestly, like, I don't see how they could find a better driver for them. Like a great driver that is free. I mean, how could you find? I mean, except Perez maybe, but I won't see Perez in Red Bull. Like I can't imagine Perez at Red Bull.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I feel like Hülkenberg would be a better.
Vettel wasn't really an option. I mean, it was sure for the fun of it, but I mean, I think Nico would be a much better fit.
Yeah, 100% agree. Shall we wrap up the rest of the race?
Let's do it.
We talk more about Red Bull. So I actually don't know where we ended up. Albon retire, and then Norris a couple of laps afterwards actually lost power and was sort of nursing it around, and it was sort of like always been told what to do, like press, I don't know what it was, 0-3 or something on the steering wheel.
Yeah, it was just not going anywhere. It was just super slow.
No.
So
I think it was electrical power, and then he actually had to like pull over in lap 44, I think it was, which looked weird if you see the sort of the picture of it, sort of where it pulled over. Like the back of it just started like smoldering. Like there was
there was a little like he was melting the side spot or something. It was really,
it was a bit bizarre.
The engine cover was starting to melt, which was interesting. I thought they were going to do a stroll, thing again with the Marshall just ripping it up on.
You just see the Marshall in the back going,
I'm getting ready. My fire extinguisher's ready. Bring more.
Pull the side over. Unfortunately, they did. It would have been fun to see again. But that shot of him like sitting on that like garden chair or something, like just by the side of the track, was like, poor Norris. Would have been a really good weekend, I think, for them, but that unreliability
I think the car was really good, but I think they couldn't keep up with Renault, so that was sad.
They were behind Renault, for sure, but still the DNF is obviously terrible.
No, it's not good.
And that him pulling over gave us a safety car then as well, which, what do you think? Do you think they needed a safety car there? I didn't really get why they had one.
I think a virtual safety car would have been enough, probably.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, if they did, it probably was needed. But it didn't create anything, so it didn't like advantage anyone really. So.
Well, I think it disadvantaged. Was it Paris? Because Paris was closing on Ricciardo at the time, wasn't he?
Oh, probably.
With better tires, and Ricciardo had like really old tires at that stage of the race.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think Perez didn't pit, and he had to stay out. Yeah,
I think that was the only thing.
I think overall, it was okay. I guess nothing. I think still Ricciardo was the fastest car. I think Ocon had retired already, so Ricciardo is just saving Renault's year really.
Which is so unlucky that he's going somewhere else this early. Like, before the season started, he was already going somewhere else, and now Renault's actually sort of getting better and getting him a podium, and It's going somewhere else. Whoops.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then I think that was pretty much it. I think and then we got to Lewis getting his 91st win, and equal going on the same step as Michael Schumacher.
Michael Schumacher. Yeah. That's crazy. And he was actually given a helmet, one of Michael's helmets, by his son.
By Mick. Yeah.
Which
that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a really great moment to see, and how, appreciative he was afterwards as well. There's like a bit of on social media and stuff like that, where he's just like couldn't really like grasp it, I think, in the moment, that what he was given, and like what a huge honor it was.
And I saw there was this video of a guy just jumping on the podium just before he did the champagne to protect the helmet.
Oh really? I didn't see that. Did he?
The guy just run in the middle of the podium, grab the helmet just before they start to spray the champagne.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to get that champagne.
I mean,
full of.
Lewis has a great helmet collection, though. He has the Senna helmet given by the Senna family. He has the Schumacher helmet given by Schumacher family. Not a bad collection, man.
No, definitely, yeah. That's something to be envious of for sure. And yeah, I think he's gonna quite likely smash that record. Definitely this season. Maybe even the next
probably
race.
Next race, I'd say. To be fair.
Probably, yeah. Like Bottas tried to stop him this time.
It tried.
Got unlucky again.
Yeah.
There's not really much standing in his way.
I think the mistake would have already cost him the race, though. Like the lockup would have already cost him the race, because he came out of the pit so far behind that. I mean, it was pretty much over already.
Exactly.
But I mean, we'll see next race. Well, I mean, the gap is quite big already in the championship, which not great.
It was something like 44 points going in, and now it's 44 plus 25.
Yeah. So it's it's 69 points or that. Yeah.
Nice.
Which is a great number too. Anyway,
very professional here.
Verstappen.
I've got one more. Sorry, go on.
I was just gonna say, like, Verstappen, insanely solid job again. Just he is on point every single weekend. If he doesn't get the DNF or some problem, fastest lap on the last lap, like by some insane margin. Like I think it was 100 of us. It was crazy. He just barely got it. So that was the really bonus point plus second place, and then Ricciardo. Out of well, he was there.
Finally.
He was there to get it, and then
finally, exactly.
The tattoo is gonna happen. The weird thing is, like, I don't know if because of the tattoo there was that, or because the guy is just like that. But like Cyril Abitbull was just like, when he passed the line, he was just like, he wasn't even jumping around like a crazy man. He was like, that's cool.
Maybe he was worried about the tattoo he's gonna get.
I was thinking that. I was like, he's not the guy that expresses emotions, or he's like worried about the tattoo, but he wasn't like the other teams. Like the team was all in the fence, and that was super cool to see.
That was really. There's like a really nice shot from like a bit far back, where he's pulling up, and the whole fence is like just his team, and luckily it was a sturdy fence, like Ricciardo said. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the tattoo actually is going to turn out as. Something apparently to do with Germany, Ricciardo was saying.
Did you see the Red Bull radio from Verstappen pulling in for the second spot? Oh my god, that was so cool. Christian Horner is the best, man. This guy is such a cool.
I was just going to mention that, like, the radio. It was just there was a couple of radios to do with the tattoo and things like that. That was quite good.
I was like, what? Cyril is going to get the tattoo, and then Max was like, oh yeah, that's true. I was like, maybe a Red Bull, a big old Red Bull logo. That would be so funny. That would be such a funny tattoo, though. If he gets if Ricciardo gets him like the Red Bull logo.
That's what we were saying. You should just get him something from a different manufacturer.
That would be so cool, like a Mercedes logo, like.
Or maybe a bit of a mashup from like.
I think Red Bull would be the best, like just with the tension and with Red Bull and stuff. That would be so funny. Or like a Christian Horner's portrait on his butt or something. That would be so funny.
Oh, that'd be great. Oh. Yeah, talking about the tension between Red Bull and Renault, it's not getting... Well, it sort of was there obviously because of the engines back then, but now Honda is pulling out of the sport in a couple of years with their engines.
Like, why? Now, I don't understand. They were like, now it's getting good, well, just going to stop.
Yeah, and I think apparently it's the fourth time they said goodbye to the sport, so they'll be back, Sure,
and then the weird thing is, like, they say goodbye, and then it's like next year they're still there. So it's like, why would they spend money next year to get a better engine for them to stop? That doesn't make much sense. So that's not good for Red Bull. Like, why would they give them the best to get the best engine they can just for the next year to be like, we'll just throw it in the trash and
Spanish must spend that money in like that development and that sort of like.
It's weird. It's super weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
If they can't find another engine supplier, Renault has to give them an engine because they supply the less teams.
Yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was there like
that's the rule. It's like if they can't find another manufacturer, Renault has to give them an engine because they don't have any clients, so they have to.
So that's amazing. And that's like
insane.
There's like so many memes and like jokes about that already. Like, and even before the race started, you can see Christian Horner talking to like every single like team principal around the paddock, like Ferrari, Mercedes, and everyone is like, guys, can I get an engine? Guys, no, anyone? And there's an interview with Toto Wolff, and Toto Wolff's like, would you give Red Bull an engine? And he's like, no, of course not. Why would you give the only team that's challenging them right now their engine? No.
Oh my god, that's gonna be interesting to see, man.
They actually might get lucky then with the Renault engine if the Renault engine continues to be good.
I mean, the relationship is gonna be interesting, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the relationship.
The customer service is gonna be tough one to handle.
There's no number to call. Just don't
bother. Just don't even call.
Exactly.
We don't have that. We don't have a department for that.
Yeah, exactly. It's not in the agreement. You just get an engine and that's it.
That's it.
It was interesting though. There was talks about different engines and different sort of things because Honda apparently is going to more sustainable stuff.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, that's why they don't want to do it anymore. Yeah,
they don't want to do it anymore. And then people were saying maybe we should change engines again, like to something like the old school engines, like V8s, V10s.
I mean, that would be weird though. That would be the complete turnaround. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I think it's already quite sustainable to think about developing and pushing super strongly the hybrid system, and then also by doing that, they're developing batteries and all this stuff. So I think it's already kind of a way to develop sustainable energy and technology. But maybe not enough for Honda, which fair enough.
No, exactly. I think the reason why they talked about V8s and V10s is because Honda is leaving because they want to go somewhere else, and then for any other manufacturer to come in, it'd be quite hard and very expensive to make that really complicated hybrid engines. Where making a V8 or V10 is quite easy in comparison. So
yeah, I mean, it took Honda a long time took Honda like quite a few years to be somewhere decent.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean though. It's like, and then if they, I don't know.
Weird. I mean, it's just a weird situation, but I mean, we'll see. Interesting. I mean, it's motorsport is getting weird, like with manufacturers and stuff. I mean, in Le Mans there was like only Toyota was the only manufacturer there for LMP1.
Really?
All the other teams were private teams. And then I think now it's only going to be in 2022 that Peugeot is coming back and maybe Porsche or something. I don't know. But a lot of people have been leaving sports. I think Audi is leaving DTM this year or something.
Wow,
so
it's
a big mess overall.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of unknown for the future of some series here. So.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if that's to do with the engines as well, but I think it's sort of the idea of sustainability and like, brands and things like that, and everything going on in the world. It's not motorsports. Also, is not one of the most lucrative things maybe to get into anymore.
Yeah, it could be too. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Shall we look forward to the next race and do our race predictions, qualifying predictions?
I mean, that's going to be an interesting one. Never been there. Looks like a up and down like a roller coaster like Norris likes to go to, so should be fun. I don't know what to expect really. I have no idea. Hopefully there is some overtaking there. What is your predictions for qualifying?
I would stay standard. I'm gonna say Bottas is gonna win it again.
Okay. So
Bottas, Hamilton, and Verstappen, 1, 2, and 3. For me,
I'll go for Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, just because.
Hamilton. Something different.
A classic, you know.
Yeah. Classic trio. You were.
It's the Harry Potter trio. It's the
always you three.
The memes are getting worse and worse every time now.
Yeah.
Anyway, for the race. Oh no, Ferrari. Sorry, Ferrari. What do you think for Ferrari? I mean, it's good. No. Sorry, not Ferrari. Leclerc prediction, and then we have the B team for the B side of the garage, the one with the spec car.
Yeah,
we have the performance car and the show car. Vettel just he has a shell of a Ferrari with.
Exactly. It just looks nice, but it doesn't actually drive very well.
Yeah,
it's not got an engine in it. I don't know.
He's pedaling underneath it. It's like,
yeah. He doesn't generate enough electric energy, so he actually has to hand crank on the side to like just and if there's a corner, he just can't do both. So that's why he's losing the speed. Figured it out, Ferrari. We figured you out. I'm gonna say 6th for Leclerc.
That's good.
And 10th for Vettel.
Oh, in Q3, nice.
Yes. Just.
I mean, I'll say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll say 5th for Leclerc.
Okay.
And then Vettel, I love the guy, but it's a very tight midfield. And I mean, I think 11 is I think, like a reasonable place. Again, I think for strategy it's not that bad, but I mean, the strategy is too for his team, so he has to make the calls after qualifying, go work a bit harder, and figure out his own strategy for the next race. Also, maybe prepare the tires so he can do faster pit stop for himself. And I mean, if you can prepare lunch for him too, because often he doesn't have a great lunch, maybe bring his girlfriend so she can help him to, get his helmet on and. Anyway,
I love where you're going with that. This is great. Like Vettel's like race weekend is just him on his side of the garage doing everything, checking everything, and like checking all the metrics and stuff, and then going out and then talking to himself on the radio.
Guys, could I get a pit stop? We're busy, man. Just do your own.
Yeah, busy. And he's just like, box, Vettel, box. Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay. I'll right now. Yeah, please.
Yeah, okay. Are you sure? Yeah.
That was a great pit stop. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Jumps out of the car, changes the tires.
Hey, who knows? Race predictions now.
Predictions.
What are yours?
You can start if you like. No, you start. I've started with the other ones.
Okay, I'll start. I have no clue. I don't know the track. I don't know how.
Don't know the weather. Don't know anything.
Let's say Hamilton, just because. Let's break the record, and let's go for
92.
92, man. 92.
Hamilton.
Let's say 90-second wins for Hamilton. I'll say Verstappen somehow splits them and Bottas. Because I don't think Bottas is going to get unlucky 2 times. So let's say Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas.
Okay. I'm going to say Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. The good old, the classic.
A classic.
1, 2, 3.
And
the Ferrari. The Leclerc predictions.
The Leclerc prediction. Let's say...
Leclerc and the shadow.
The race is still not as good, so I'll say 10 for Leclerc.
Okay.
And then, let's say it's going to be tricky for Vettel to be in the points, so let's say he stays 11th.
Okay. 11th for Vettel. I'm going to say 8th for Leclerc and 12th for Vettel. They're both going to lose a little bit. 2 spots each.
That's how it is,
Yeah, it's just... that's basically just because, Ferrari's strategy is crap, so there you go.
It's such a weird situation. I don't understand it at all. Like, it's one of the most confusing things I've witnessed in a long time, anyway.
What do you mean? Ferrari strategy, or...?
No, the Vettels, what's up? I don't know. Like, he's not that bad. I don't understand. He looks like a completely useless driver. Like, sorry, but that's how he looks right now.
This is a bit harsh. But
what?
yeah.
he's like 13th, and then like Leclerc is 4th in qualifying. How does that look?
Good.
He looks like the worst driver like ever. Like he looks like the driver that is paid to be. Like he paid the Ferrari to be there and get a seat for have fun.
I was trying to find a comparison there, but I don't think I can find one in like inter-team battles. He's
That's what
like
I'm
worse
saying.
than Albon in terms of like team comparison, which is
or like he's maybe like I don't even know.
who
I don't know.
Like it doesn't really. There wasn't ever that one where it's like that insane. I think for that many races in a row, just constantly behind your teammate. That far.
I can't remember that. I mean, it's a big gap right now. It's like
exactly right.
Quite a few spots behind. So I mean, it's just I don't know what's happening. It's very weird because that's not Vettel's talent. That doesn't show him at all.
No, I think he's just thrown in the towel and his mind is set. He's buying stocks in Aston Martin and like looking at the new
I hope that's it. I hope that's it. Yeah.
I hope so too. It'd be really disappointing.
His helmet was really cool this weekend. Did you see his helmet? Like the 3D printed Schumacher's helmet on top of his own design.
I don't think I saw his helmet.
He was like he was 3D printed in white, so you couldn't see the design like that. Like it was his own helmet, but if you look closely, the design of Schumacher's was 3D painted on it on white. So it was like a super cool creative way to.
Oh that's cool.
Super cool, like kind of unique way. I didn't see much helmet like that before, so that's very cool.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, cool.
And there was a footage of Friday, like it was no driving, so he was showing him to Mick Schumacher and like explaining how they did it and blah blah. So that was pretty cool. Nice. Anyway, I think we can wrap it up and
wrap it up for us, Matt.
Well, we have to wait 2 weeks then.
Again, I hate it.
I was confused. I already thought it was last week for Germany, and now I have to wait a week again. That's how it is. We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna,
Gotta wait. Twiddle our thumbs.
We have time to find any kind of footage we can find on Portugal and Portimao's track. There's not much out there, but we can try to dig the internet archives and get ourselves ready. And shall be waiting and to speak to you again in 2 weeks' time. And then it was fun again to talk to you. And then thank you everyone for watching and listening.
Thanks for watching, guys.
And bye-bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.